Okay, welcome guys to the next Blender tutorial. So today we're making a cake stand. So we're going to go ahead, delete the default cube and change your render engine to cycles. Let's go ahead, add, and we're going to go with a circle. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead, S for scale, just move this outwards real quick. And what I'm going to do, let's go to edit mode, F for fill, E for extrude. And you want to go E for extrude, bring it in. We're going to go E for extrude again, bring it in to a nice fine point. Not too fine, you don't want wine glass fine, but you want a nice point. We're going to go E for extrude and just bring it in at a nice curve. We can press G and bring this down if you wanted to. E for extrude. And then we're going to go E for extrude again, scale it outwards just ever so slightly, and then E for extrude, scale outwards, and you basically want to go a little bit bigger than your stand. We're going to go E for extrude again, just placing that nice little bevel, and then E for extrude, and we will take this in again, and then E for extrude, leave it where it is. And then scale in, E for extrude, come down. And then we can go E for extrude for the center as well if you would like. So let's go down there, E for extrude again. And then place this one just in the center and then E for extrude just to go down a little bit just to give that cake a little bit of grip in the middle. So once we've got this, we're going to go ahead and make the dome. So the dome is pretty easy. We can go to object mode and we can go to add. Let's go UV sphere. Scale the sphere up to how far you need it across for your cake. Let's go and scale this in. Some cake stands are quite flat on top, so maybe we could just go ahead and just scale this down just ever so slightly. Press G, go up. Let's go side view. Edit mode. And you want to press toggle X-ray. Let's go ahead and select everything from the bottom and delete all the faces, just as such. And what we're going to do, press G, bring this up. And you want to make sure that it fits the entire side of it. Right click, shade smooth. We'll go back to edit mode, A to select everything, E for extrude, and then S to scale inwards. So now we have this nice little bulb on top. So what I'm going to do as well, let's go to edit mode. I'm going to take the faces that are on top, let's take off toggle X-ray, select all the faces that are on top, if it'll ever let you. Here we go. So E for extrude, scale it in, and this is going to be the handle. So E for extrude again, scale in, E for extrude, and then from this point on we can start to build outwards for this handle. Just bring that round, and then start to bring it in. Might be just a little bit too big, but that's okay. Okay, so with this, we're going to make this top bit glass right here, and you can make this bottom bit metal if you'd like, or porcelain, but I think, right click shade smooth by the way, I think we'll make this whole thing glass, but we'll make it two types of glass. So we're going to go with materials tab, name this glass 1, and we'll have a slight frosted glass with this one. So we'll switch out the principal BSDF for a glass BSDF. And if we press render, we can see what's going on here. I'm going to go ahead actually and put in a plane just underneath so you guys can see what's going on. And the lighting for some reason has got stuck here in between. So let's go ahead and just remove that and place that upwards. Improve the exposure just a little bit and then duplicate it over to this side. Okay, so we have our little cake stand right here. The glass underneath. I'm going to take the roughness down on this. Just a little bit so it's frosted but it's not completely see-through. And then the glass on top here, which we will name glass 2 on a new material. Switch out your principal BSDF and change it to a glass BSDF. And just take that roughness all the way down. Now you're going to want to adjust your IOR so the glass looks correct. So maybe we want 0.05. Okay, maybe we want 0.03. Let's go 3. See if that works. We could go 0.02 actually. Let's see if that's any better. Yes. Okay, so this is our cake stand that we've just made. I'm just going to go ahead and just pull that out a little bit and then just change the... You can change the colour on this as well, which is nice. Let's go with the nice pink. And then I'm just going to go ahead and just amend the world a bit. Because it's just quite... It's a bit too much, isn't it? Pull that at the bottom there. Just going to go ahead and take this glass, make it a bit more frosted, so we can see the difference between the two. I think about there should do it. That's pretty cool. So, yeah, instead of having this lighting as well, what we could do to make this look a little bit more rounder, we could get rid of this lighting here and get rid of this lighting here and then add some strips. So let's go with G. Put this one across just here. And then we will make this one an emission. So let's go to Principal BSDF in the Materials tab, switch out to an emission. And then improve the strength. So we should have something like this. I'm just going to go ahead and just turn it down because we're going to have multiple of these. This lighting is going to be too much. Let's go Shift D. Move this one across. Shift D. Move this one across. Have that nice little soft lighting going on. So you should be getting a reflection of these lights as well. I'm just going to go ahead and select them all and then deselect the base. Might be overkill if I put too many on there, but let's go ahead and see what we can do. So I'm just trying to get a nice little pattern. Let's add camera to view. So we're going to line view, camera to view. Just press G, bring this back just a little bit. Oops. So view cameras, active camera, G. Come on. Bring this back and then just extend the end. Depth of field focus. We want to focus on the dome here. Pull that f-stop down. I think it's the refraction on the glass actually, the IOR. There we go. So I mean, it looks a little bit more silver. I'm going to be honest with you. Kind of have that little in-between world kind of thing. I think that looks okay the way that it is, to be honest with you. yeah, I think we'll go with that. So yeah, that's the cake stand tutorial for all you kitchen lovers that need some kitchen-y backgrounds. Yeah. If you enjoyed the tutorial, please like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.